2 years after her husband's passing, Widow receives a life-changing phone call. Life-changing moments can happen in an instant. Just ask Bobby Jo Floyd. All it took was a phone call for her life as she knew it to come crumbling down. She'd barely picked up the pieces when her phone rang again, but this time with news of a much different variety. Just when she thought she'd never find her life's meaning ever again, she got a reminder in the form of 6 little miracles. Bobby Jo, her husband Andre, and their children, Jeremiah and Elijah, were the exact definition of a loving family. The stay-at-home mom thought she would spend the next 20 years or more raising her 2 boys with Andre by her side. Her reality changed in October 2014. Bobby Jo and Andre hoped to add another Floyd to their family, but their hopes were dashed one day in the late fall. Like many other evenings, Andre decided to take a spin on his motorcycle. This time around, however, his ride was anything but smooth. During his outing, Andre lost control of his motorcycle. When the hours passed by and he hadn't returned home, Bobby Jo knew that something awful must have happened to him. Unfortunately, she was right. The accident ended in tragedy. October 19, 2014, my husband passed away, Bobby Jo said. With Andre's unexpected early passing, Bobby Jo became a widow and single mom. She was responsible for Jeremiah and Elijah's needs while trying to navigate her own sea of grief. In the months after Andre's death, Bobby Jo struggled with her new reality. She couldn't accept Andre's absence. I curled up in a ball on the floor, Bobby Jo said. I was petrified of moving forward without him. Bobby Jo and her sons struggled without Andre. His missing presence made Bobby Jo feel empty in her own home. About a year into being a single mom, Bobby Jo knew she needed to figure out a way to bring meaning back into her life. And Bobby Jo felt especially passionate about helping children. That's when she decided to submit her application to become a foster parent. She didn't hear anything from the agency for months, so she focused on taking care of Jeremiah and Elijah. Finally, on the 2-year anniversary of Andre's death, she received a surprising phone call. The Floyds went to Penn's Landing in Philadelphia to release balloons to honor Andre's uplifting spirit. After a successful memorial service, the family returned home, and Bobby Jo's phone rang. The social welfare team knew Bobby Jo wanted to be a foster mom, and they just so happened to have an unusual opportunity for her. The social workers had 2 sisters who needed placement. They wanted to keep the girls together and thought Bobby Jo's home could be a great fit for them. Almost immediately, she agreed to foster the sisters. She and her boys hurriedly prepared their home for the arrival of their new foster sisters. Bobby Jo didn't have to wait long for the girls to arrive. October 19, 2016, I decided to become a foster mother and I got children that day, Bobby Jo said. The welfare team made sure the children weren't waiting long for a new place to live. That evening, Destiny, 11, and Serenity, 7, were driven to Bobby Jo's 3-bedroom home in Philadelphia, but they weren't alone. Along with the accompanying social worker, the girls brought another little boy with them, their 9-year-old brother, Lysander. They were going to drop him someplace else, Bobby Jo said. Bobby Jo had prepared for 2 foster kids, but 3? After everything she'd gone through, Andre's death, becoming a single mom, waiting to become a foster mother, she wasn't sure if she had the emotional space to care for 5 kids, let alone actual space in her home. But when she saw the siblings together, there was no question what she had to do. Bobby Jo knew she had to keep them in the same home. I asked, if I can get another bunk bed, can he stay? Bobby Jo said. She didn't like the idea of them living apart from each other, so she stepped up. When I realized that they were going to be separated, I knew that I had the space and the patience to take them all in, Bobby Jo said. She knew exactly how it felt to be separated from a loved one, and she wasn't about to make those kids go through that pain. So her family of 3 turned into a family of 6. Once her family doubled in size, Bobby Jo and her sons quickly adjusted to their foster siblings. We had a lot of fun with them, Bobby Jo said. I just wanted them to experience life and have fun at our house. They just wanted love and attention, and they were the happiest kids. Slowly but surely, the Floyds started to heal. Bobby Joe's foster daughters and her unexpected but welcomed foster son brought joy back into the Floyd home. Bobby Joe realized she was right about fostering. Caring for the 3 new children renewed her zest for living. She still mourned Andre, but being around the kids was therapeutic and chaotic, as she soon discovered. I never did really get over the pain. I just became really busy and realizing I wasn't crying as much because I was so busy with the children, Bobby Joe said. She's maintained a structured environment for all the children in the Floyd house, even through the inevitable highs and lows of life. Bobby Joe was committed to providing her kids with consistency and unconditional love. After the trauma they had all experienced in their young lives, they needed patience and love more than ever. What Bobby Joe did know was that even more surprises were in store for the family of 6. After Destiny, Serenity, and Lysander moved in, she learned they had 3 more siblings in the foster system: Honesty, Adrian, and August. Bobby Joe was relentless in persuading social workers to let her foster the remaining siblings. I was begging, I'll do whatever I have to do, she said. I got to get the kids together, Bobby Joe said, and she did. She successfully fostered all 6 siblings under the same roof. One of Bobby Joe's foster children, however, wasn't as happy with the arrangement as she seemed. It wasn't long before she approached her foster mom with a heartbreaking request. I didn't want to keep going to the system and travel to different homes, so I asked her, "Can I be adopted?" Serenity said. Though she was taken aback by the request, Bobby Joe was far from disappointed. In fact, she was ecstatic that Serenity wanted to be her adopted daughter. But what about the other foster kids? Luckily, the other foster kids also wanted to be official Floyds. Bobby Joe and her sons were eager to have them as official members of the family, and Bobby Joe happily started the long process of adoption. Though she's shown incredible strength in the years leading up to the adoption, Bobby Joe has just one person to thank for her achievements. I believe this was all Andre giving me a sign, Bobby Joe said. He knew what would keep me going. Even now, Bobby Joe feels a strong connection to Andre. It's amazing that my husband has been gone since 2014, and he's still blessing me with Floyds, she said. Finally, in 2020, Bobby Joe officially adopted her 6 foster kids. The newly adopted kids combined with her 2 OGs made for one giant loving family. I think we saved each other's lives, Bobby Joe said. This isn't an exaggeration. Bobby Joe had rescued those 6 kids from what had been a dark past in the foster care system.